Hello again, my name's Tom, the Dusty Builder. Welcome back to my channel. We're in Michigan, the leaves are starting to fall, the summer swimming season's over. I'm going to show you how to winterize our pool. My above ground pool also has an in-ground drain. I'm going to show you how to safely winterize that. And if you do all this properly, your pool's going to be around for years to come. It's going to thank you, so don't miss it. Okay, we got our pump in there, sucking out the water. The way I winterize my pool is I drain the water so it's about 2 inches below that outlet jet. Now that the water's underneath, I can remove that jet so it doesn't get damaged over the winter. And that's it. I don't put a plug in there or anything. I just leave it as is. If water and ice accumulates on the pool cover, it's going to displace water in the pool and it'll just harmlessly come out of this drain here. Otherwise, snow and ice on the cover, it could raise the water in the pool area and damage that skimmer area. So really that drain is just insurance so that water doesn't build up, turn to ice, and damage that skimmer. So I've had my water tested and the water is in good shape, and I'm going to add an extra gallon of chlorine. It's just going to make sure things are good over the winter, and then when I open up in the spring, I'll have nice crystal clear water to work with. All right, so we got our ball valves here. I'm going to turn both of these off. If they were on and I start disconnecting this, water will flow everywhere. So we got those off. So we're just going to take all the hoses apart. We're going to undo all the hose clamps, take the hoses apart, take the filters apart, drain the water out of them. Also, I'm going to lube up all the O-rings on the filters so when I go to put everything back together in the spring, I won't have any problems. Oh, this guy's pretty dirty. We got to get this ground wire off of here. I'm going to unscrew this. Slide that guy out of there. And tighten this back up so we don't lose the screw. All right, we're going to undo all these so it doesn't sit all year, and then it'll be hard to open in the spring. So we'll undo those. We'll get the water out of this. And then by then, it'll be time to flush those drains. Oh, we're getting there. Now that we got that nipple off, we're going to put a plug on there. And before I put that in, I just put some lube over that O-ring. So when I take it out again in the spring, it will be good to go. And then I cinch it tight. It's important to undo these filters and drain them. You don't want to wait for the spring to try to undo them. That way they'd be sitting all winter, and it's a real bear to get them off. Don't ask me how I know. Then we're going to hose off our main filter. It was pretty rough shape. That's how it's supposed to look. All right, so I'll show you how I blow out the lines inside the pool, the underground lines. So this little fitting is going to hook onto this. So I tried doing this with my shop vac. It didn't work. My shop vac wasn't strong enough. It's like a contractor rigid. I also tried, I jerry-rigged some kind of system where I hooked up my leaf blower to this, and then when I undid the valves, the blower wasn't strong enough and water came shooting up into the leaf blower and got in the engine. So that wasn't an option either. So I broke down and I bought this fan. I'll put a link to it on Amazon. I don't get a commission from it or anything, so it's just the one that I bought. So you could probably buy it locally at a pool store, but it blows a high volume of air really quickly. There is another way that a lot of people do this, is that they use their air compressor to do it, and they slowly build up pressure, and then it slowly pushes the water back through so that there's not water that's freezing in the drain lines. I opted against that because I didn't like the idea of pressurizing those pipes too long. I thought there might be a risk of something happening to those pipes. This is just like a quick shot of air. It blows all the water out of the pipe, and I think it's just safer and better. I mean, it is expensive, but when you factor in the overall cost of the pool, I thought it made sense to buy it. So I think I have the camera set up where it'll show the bubbles coming up from the intake inside of the pool. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fill this up with our V antifreeze. This is non-toxic. So even if we don't get all the water out of there, this is just another layer of protection that's going to prevent our pipes from freezing. All right. So at the same time, I'm going to hook this up. I'm gonna undo these valves, and then I'm gonna turn the fan on. So here we go. All right, so we should have nothing but air in that pipe. We're gonna unscrew this top guy. And we're gonna undo this top one. We're gonna fill this. We're gonna fill this with antifreeze too, just in case something happens to those valves and say water were to backflow through here. We're going to fill this up all the way, and we're not just going to rely on that valve. We're going to go ahead and put a cap on there too. If you got any questions about this, let me know in the comment section. The last step is to cover the pool. A lot of people think it's easier with two people. I disagree. I think it's easier with one person, and then I clamp one side, and then I pull the other side and clamp that, then go back to the other side. I'm joking, of course. It's obviously easier with two people, but it is doable with one person and some clamps. Not bad. Now that the cover's on there evenly all the way around, we're going to tighten it with our little tightening contraption here. Each end goes through this little tightening mechanism, and then you just cinch it down. It's really not that hard. All right, we're almost done. The last step is to walk around the pool and make sure that that cover is tucked underneath that cable. That's going to help prevent the wind from, if it's really windy, the wind has a tendency to try to lift that cover up. So that'll keep that cover cinched down. I should also note that maybe 2 or 3 times during the year, I'll take the pump and I'll pump out water from the pool cover. If you let too much ice and snow and water build up on that pool cover, it's just going to displace way too much water out of that drain there. And definitely be sure that that cable doesn't get cinched around that drain. That'd be bad. And the skimmer. And the last thing, if you notice my pool cover goes straight down over the sides, if the pool cover was tight, when snow and ice accumulates, it's going to pull on the rails, and we don't want that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.